dṛṣṭirvṛthā ceṣṭā vikalānīndriyāṇi na spṛhā na viraktirvā kṣīṇasaṃsārasāgare. There is no attachment or aversion for one in whom the ocean of the world has dried up. His gaze becomes vacant. His bodily actions are purposeless, and his senses inoperative. This would be the culminating verse after going through all the verses where ocean and wave are referred, or space and thought space are referred. He wrote while penning down these lines, seated in Vivadi. A unique, inexpressible feelings comes from within, an untold experience, even on reading this verse. He was in this untold, unheard experience when his eyes went through this verse. Till now, in all Vedantic analogies, the seer was referred as the substratum ocean of the world, including his own world of mental storm, till the time he realized self. Were all referred to till the time he realized self, they were all referred, ocean of the world was referred as at the surface level waves. After taking his disciple through the wave ocean analogy, which started 12 years before, the preceptor decides to call it a day, to end all analogies and show the real post-realization state of a seer, while still in society, still in family, through this verse. Ocean of world dried up. Even as he reads this expression, the drying up of the entire ocean with all its waves is directly experienced here and now. In fact, the inner experience is even beyond the above expression. As long as the sadhaka is in the nididhyasana of wave and ocean given to him by his guru, all these years, somewhere or the other, in his subconscious mind, the following possibilities may be there. He may think of this ocean and wave as outside him. His mind may draw a visualization, a picture of wave and ocean. His mind may sometime or the other ridicule the other ignorant jiva waves. He may differentiate himself from the world and think, yes, I am the ocean. All these beings are all ignorant waves. They don't know my state. In short, the wave and the ocean analogy may be a beautiful analogy to think, to talk about, to refer to, but it may not become a real subjective experience. So here, the ocean of world has been sentenced to death. It has been mercilessly ended. That is, the ocean as something other than the sadhaka as a concept has been killed. When the ocean has dried, what does it translate into in real inner experience? When my ocean of my world has dried, then there is no possibility of me arising as wave ever. That means there is no possibility of any vasanas arising in me ever. There is no possibility of other waves hitting me ever. That is, the vasanas of others causing me pain is ruled out. There is none of the imaginations possible as mentioned above. For a sadhaka, it may not be possible to experience that the waves have dried up totally and it is a smooth ocean without waves. Because for him, once there is ocean, then the ocean without waves is impossible. What does it mean? Once the creation is there, then his vasanas, others' vasanas, all these waves cannot be ruled out. They may at best be subsided for a while, but they will arise again with more force. For such sadhaka to take up in nididhyasana, it is given, what is given in this verse? His main obstacle is killed at its root level. The ocean of creation has been dried totally. Where is your existence in that dried ocean? No identity at all. You can neither be a silent nor a turbulent, neither a small nor a big wave. Nor can you perceive any other small or big wave. The creation still exists, but when it is said the ocean of world has dried up, it means the ocean of my world which I had created for myself, a small world with my vasanas, my desires, people around me. My world, the ocean of my world has dried up. The ocean of creation may exist, but my creation, my ocean of my world has dried up forever. If Ashtavakra had told the entire creation has dried, then for sadhakas it would appear fascinating. But when they open their door and the creation is there, they feel how it can ever dry. All the transformation is within. When his world made out of desires has dried, then let the world outside him shine in all its glitter. all its splendor or all its ugliness, nothing really matters to him. In an earlier milestone verse, we said, my world, which is my ship, along with me the sailor Jiva, has sunk, wrecked and merged in the ocean consciousness. Here we say, all along I had my own world at the surface level of the substratum ocean of consciousness. Now my world, that surface level ocean, has gone. Dried is the expression here, which can be taken as gone, ended. And all that I exist as now is the never born, never drying ocean of consciousness. His gaze becomes vacant. His bodily actions are purposeless. His senses inoperative. Still, the Jivan Mukta exists with his BMI physically. And this very physical existence is his prarabdha and nothing else. Till he exists with his physical body, there have to be some actions which have to be taken up by him. The mystery is he acts. He does act. Still his bodily actions are purposeless. The bodily actions may have a purpose for the body, but not for the one whose creation, built earlier on the foundation of his desires and vasanas, has already dried. He looks at the world because his eyes are there. He is not blind. But his gaze is vacant because even seeing, he sees not. Nothing seen by him is carried on to his mind. So the gaze is purposeless, vacant. Even if the most beautiful apsaras from the Indraloka stand before him, his gaze is vacant. His eyes see, and there ends everything. Nothing more happens to him after his eyes, physical eyes, see. He can give a live proof for this, gaze being vacant. This is the scene where he moves out after the bhajan ends. His eyes may be open, otherwise he may stumble and fall on any other seated devotee while coming out. But his gaze is vacant. He does not remember to have seen anyone, except maybe anyone who comes once in a while and wishes or speaks to him physically, specifically. When the eye of the eye shines, the physical eye's gaze is vacant. His senses function because they are still functional, like the eye, which is not blind. They are functional, but they are not operational, where operating is with a purpose. We heard in the previous verse, seeing, hearing, smelling, touching. The Jivan Mukta exists, but none of them really operate with a purpose. Because along with his creation made by him out of his vasanas and desires, When the ocean of creation dried, his mind also dried. His desires dried. His purpose of the worldly life dried. Then how the senses would be operating when they see, smell, hear anything which is of no purpose to the self, which is he or he who is the self. Last paragraph of the commentary. In short, for him, the devastating storms of thoughts have ceased. In him, the ocean of the world has dried up. Therefore, he is standing at the bottom of the ocean and no longer swimming among the heaving bosom of the relentless waves. To such a wise man, so firmly established in the substratum, there can be neither any attachment nor aversion towards the outer world of objects, of beings, and of happenings. Aho. Hari Om.